they're going to play a winning brand of football and, clean. They play clean. Obviously, they got to a great start, kind of had us on our heels a little bit in the first half, and seems to be kind of what's happened the last 2 weeks. And our guys just kind of came out in the second half and really played well, loved their effort, loved the intensity the guys played with, to shut those guys out in the second half. Obviously, our defense played really, really well, and defensive staff and Coach Gillespie obviously made some fantastic adjustments, and our players just played with a lot of confidence and played physical, played really tough. You're going to have to play. Thank you. You're going to have to play really physical to beat a Kansas State team. And I thought we created some havoc. Got some turnovers because of that. And then I thought offensively we just came to life. We just started executing. I thought Max continued to do what Max has done all year, just play really, really good football, smart football, winning football. And I don't think we turned the ball over today, did we? I think we had no turnovers. And so, when you don't turn the ball over and you're pretty sound, it's going to give you a chance to win. And like I said, I thought our defense played lights out in the second half. Obviously, I don't know what happened to Adrian Martinez, our quarterback. I know he did play after the first series. Was really impressed. Thought their backup did an outstanding job. Thought Will Howard came in and played really, really good. Got him off to that fast start, had us on our heels, and as I said, did a good job creating some matchups and exploiting some things, and then I thought, like I said, Joe did a great job making some corrections at halftime, and I thought we played great in the second half. So that's it. Good win for us, man. It's exciting. Just want to say again, man, the crowd was awesome tonight. The student body was fantastic. It was just an electricity in the stadium, and it was a pretty fun environment tonight. So really proud of our fans and student body, especially. I think we had over half our students here attending the game tonight, so it's a big deal. So good win.
Coach, when you have to adjust for a different quarterback to come in the game mid-game, how big of a challenge is that, and what specifically did you see Gillespie do in the second half?
Yeah, I think I think that they had a good game plan. They kind of got us into some bad situations with some matchups. Some fast guys on linebackers. And we didn't communicate probably as well as we should have. And then I think our guys, as I said, second half, we just settled in and started playing with more confidence. And I think that knowing that they could do that. I think having done it last week, we walked in at halftime, there was no sense of panic. I think there was a little bit of frustration from everybody because we felt like we certainly hadn't played a great half of football, but I didn't sense any kind of panic. And I think what we did second half just called stuff that we were good at calling, and we started to get some pressure, and as we got pressure, we created some turnovers, and the offense did a good job taking advantage of it.
Coach, how big was that play when it's 3rd and 17 and Kendra was able to get that 18-yard gain on that screen?
Yeah, there were several big plays like that. Obviously, they converted a long third down early in the ball game. We caught us in some Tampa 2 coverage and ran a slow go route and completed that long third down and converted there. Kendra's conversion was big. I thought the touchdown that we scored in the third quarter, also when it was 3rd and 12, I believe, was a huge play for us. So, there were a bunch of big third down conversions. I know at one point we were really good at conversions early in the game. I don't know what we ended up, but we were 10 and 19 on third down. It's pretty good against Kansas State, and we're able to convert some critical third downs. So it was thought we played well in the red zone, fortunately, and we were able to score touchdowns. Didn't have to kick too many field goals, and that was a big part of the game as well.
So follow up on Kendra, that's his 4th 100-yard game in 5 games. What can you just say about his performance overall?
Yeah, he's just somebody that we can rely on. He gets those tough yards every single week. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, keeps his feet churning, plays with great pad level. A lot of times tonight he got hit 2 or 3 yards into the run, ended up getting 6 or 7 yards. Just really finishes runs strong. again, I think the common theme for us, you know, since we got here has been the emphasis on, you know, nutrition, strength and conditioning, the rest, hydration, all those things that allow you to play winning football in the second half. And I think if you look at the last 2 weeks, you know, we've played really good football in the second half of football games, and I think we've been physical. You know, I think in some ways we've imposed our will the last 2 weeks, and it's been a big part of that. You know, I told our players goes back to, you know, January and February and March in the weight room and spring football, and then over the summer as well. So it's fun to see those guys have that confidence in their work and what they've done, where they know that they can go and play a really physical game in the second half.
So you guys scored at the end of the first half.
That's big.
Very
Yeah,
big.
yeah. I think it was a 91-yard drive, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the half. That was huge. You know, we needed to get some momentum. You know, I thought Jared Wiley was big today. You know, he made some big catches, made some big plays. He's starting to really emerge. Really proud of him. He had 74 yards on 5 catches tonight. You know, he's a big target. And again, he and Max are starting to get comfortable with each other, and thought that was he made some critical conversions for us and a couple of nice touchdowns.
And then you guys scored to open the half. That was like your
Yeah,
7-minute
you
drive.
know, we look up and you're down. I think it was 28-10 at one point. Is that right?
Yeah, before the.
And you know, and then all of a sudden you score the touchdown before half, and then you score the first possession of the second half, and then you're back in the ballgame. You know, and I think it got the crowd going. Our players fed off the energy of the crowd, and you know, we started playing with a lot of confidence. Started playing fast and you know, more free. I think we probably a little, like last week, probably a little tight in the first half. I don't really know why we keep doing that. We got to not do that. We got to just, you know, roll out there and play free from the opening whistle.
So you guys are 7-0. You're
on
top of the conference, only
It's
unbeaten.
good. Yeah, you know, I think that the league is tough, man. You know, it's a tough league. We know we got to go to West Virginia. I know West Virginia has been a real friendly place to go win football games in the past. It'll be my first trip there. I've never been. I've coached at just about every stadium, but I haven't been there. So we're going to have to do what we've done. You know, just continue to have a great week of practice and just focus on going and trying to win a game next week. And you know, if we'll do that, then we'll try to do one the next week. And you know, I think again, I think we're playing with a lot of confidence, and I think our guys enjoy playing, and I think that there's no sense of panic, and that gives you a chance when you always believe that you can figure out a way to win, and more often than not you're going to.
Coach, you guys.
Max took a lot of hits.
He did, yeah.
It was toughness.
Yeah, you know, he did. He got banged up a bunch. He got hit a couple of times, you know, late that were pretty good little shots on him, and then obviously running the football, he took a couple of big hits as well. You know, what can you say about Max? I mean, it's hard to just put a value on how valuable he is to our team. Just that toughness he brings and that never say die mentality and attitude just permeates the entire program. And you know, just that unselfishness, and it has. I mean, it's kind of taken over our team, and it makes it a lot of fun to be around these guys because, you know, you may not be the guy making the plays, but you're cheering for the guy that is. Or you may not be getting the start, but you're cheering for the guy that's starting. And you may be a starter and you're cheering for the guy that's spelling you or the backup, or, you know, you're thanking the scout team guys for going hard in practice to make you better. I mean, we just have a really fun group of people that enjoy being around each other and care about each other and invest in each other, and that's a pretty special thing, and I think that's a big part of the reason why we've had some success.
Coach, there was a great play by your defense in the fourth quarter on that 4th and 1 where you guys.
Yeah, quarterback sneak. Yeah, that was a hell of a play.
The defense when they
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge play. Those guys, I mean, we made a bunch of plays in the second half defensively. I mean, you know, that was probably as big as any of them. You know, we keep creating a couple of turnovers and making that 4th down stop were huge. Man, you know, our guys just, you know, just kept battling, you know, and they've got a lot of push up front. I mean, I think they lost about a yard on the play, quarterback sneak, and that's a big, strong quarterback, and they run the quarterback sneak about as well as anybody, and they're hard to stop, and that was a big play.
Coach, is it now now in the season you would wish that the bye week would have came? And how do you guys?
Yeah,
stay
you know
healthy?
what's weird? You know what's weird about bye weeks is, we could certainly use some time off, but at the same time, we're playing pretty good right now, and we got a good routine. Our guys are comfortable with it. I'd rather just keep playing, and when you're playing good, hell, the last thing in the world you want is a bye. So let's just play it out and see what happens.
Coach, you guys are in a position now that everybody would want to be in. You're undefeated. Everybody's going to be talking about you. Do you address that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, yes, I mean, of course you do. You have to. Every team is different. There are teams that I've coached in the past that have gotten off to fast starts where, you could kind of see guys starting to feel good about themselves and, to me, lose some focus. And that's going to be really important for us not to let that happen. I mean, that falls on us as coaches, but really, this team's, I don't think it's like that. I've kind of been waiting to start hearing some talk about this or that, or conference standings or bowl games or rankings, and I just haven't heard it ever with this group. I mean, never once. And that sounds absurd, but I haven't heard it. And I think the guys just have adopted that mentality of, hey, let's show up on Tuesday and have a good Tuesday practice. And, I told them tonight in the locker room, and be smart tonight. Let's start recovering, all of us. Let's go home, get to bed, get a good night's sleep, and start recovering so we can have a good practice tomorrow and take a good day off on Monday and really have a great practice on Tuesday. And I think these guys kind of buy into that whole thing. And so it's just like, one day at a time and one practice at a time.
Is that character of the team, or is that because you've been consistent?
Oh, I don't know. I just think I think it's everything. I mean, I think it's just kind of the culture of our program, but it's certainly the players. I mean, it's a player-driven culture. I think sometimes, that's our job is to guide them, but they're the ones that do the stuff. I mean, they're the guys that deserve all the credit and the praise, and I mean, because they're the ones that go out there and perform on Saturday.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.